Hello everybody, welcome to February Plan with me. As you may know or haven't heard yet, I am recreating my favorite bullet journal layouts this year. February is green terrariums inspired by Martha's journal. I did my best for the whole layout to try to mirror what Martha did in her journal. So this February month font also to me looks similar to her February font that she used, and I wanted to keep this similar color theme throughout the month as well. If you also watched my January Plan with Me video this month, you know that this page I kind of had left in question whether I was going to continue on with the week 5 journaling or start it new. And as you can see, I continued that week with a space for journaling and for the remaining days in that week. So the next page is the official start of my February planning pages with the Honeycomb Almanac personalized calendar, and then I am doing the terrariums and other details around this calendar for these 2 pages. This month I decided to put my habit trackers here with the calendar to see potentially the astrological pattern of how well did I keep to my habits with what was going on in the skies. This Honeycomb Almanac calendar offers personalized natal and mundane astrology for the daily transits. It's available in a digital or a print format. You can see the link below in the description if you would like to get your own. This green terrarium layout for this month allows me to practice landscape, coloring, depth, glassware, lines. I ended up investing in more Tombow dual brush pens for this layout in order to achieve the depth and the color for each one of these terrariums. If you'd like to see a list of those products, look in the description below. In Martha's journal layout, she double-lined most of her boxes and items in that February 2022 layout. So this was a great opportunity for me to also practice my freehand line work. I like adding to this calendar a little chart here with some highlights for the numerology for the month, the perfected month, and the lunar return ruler placement in my chart for the month. This is also the first month I'm using a grid washi tape to mirror also what Martha used. This next page is for the week 6 of the year, for the dailies for the week and that week's journaling. This month I'm using the Artist Loft fine pen liner and mild liner colors, brown and the gray, throughout this theme. This month I wanted to make sure and include a sleep tracker towards the front of the weeklies, so I'm including the sleep tracker and the steps for the month in this week 6 of journaling. I really enjoyed keeping track of the steps in each month and then seeing a total at the end of the year, in addition to the fitness tracker that I have at the beginning of this journal for the specific monthly fitness challenges that I have. Anyone else like keeping detailed monthlies and having an overview in the year at the beginning of the journal? For a majority of these succulents, I started off with a lighter color and then went in with a darker green to do some of the shading in the depths in between the leaves. And for the soil, I started with a darker outline and then shaded in with the lighter, adding black or brown specks in the actual dirt. For these daily boxes, there were approximately 17 to 19 boxes high and 12 across, depending on the layout and the page that I had them on. For one of Martha's weeklies, she had alternating greens and like a gray light color. So I kept that alternating throughout for each box with a gray mild liner and the 243 mint Tombow pen, which is currently my favorite Tombow color right now. I also wanted to try a few weeks where I have the actual calendar date with the highlighted week on that week, just to see how I like that. I see people use that before, and this is one of the first times I'm doing it. This year so far, I have resonated with making separate boxes for each day to just list tasks versus in the past, sometimes I would just do free journaling for each week. So after doing this month's layout, I think I may be inspired to have a separate notebook where I do daily astrology transits to my natal chart or specific astrology notes and a tarot card for the day, allowing myself to have almost like a diary journal entry each week instead of space for just task lists and notes. I'm wondering if anybody else does this, where they have a specific journal for more tasks and notes to accomplish every day versus having a separate journal for more free writing, journaling, almost like a diary type journal with notes and reflections on that information. We'd love to hear what you are doing that works for you. Please feel free to comment below if you feel called to share. This month I opted into buying another white gel marker, a different brand than I've used before, and I've noticed that it has been really great for even just correcting mistakes throughout my journal, and has a good supply of the white liquid to show up against the black if needed, or any other darker colors, which has been great so far because before I was having trouble with some of my white pens drying out too quickly in the desert environment I'm currently living. If you've watched any of the previous videos of this year, you know that I decided to do a 52-week challenge to journal certain prompts every week. I saw this idea from Joshi Corinne and A Year of Planning, and ended up deciding to write my own original list of things that I wanted to journal about this year, in addition to potentially any ideas that she had as well. So I wanted to make sure I have a dedicated space each week for any of those journaling prompts, and then also daily slots so that I can keep track of my daily tasks. These last two terrariums, I veered off of Martha's journal a little bit with just green succulents and instead added succulents that were blooming, with the first one being more of a yellow and orange bloom, and the second one a nice bright pink one. So again, for this month, I'm ending on a half page where I have the right side of the page open and free to either start the new month's page or just a continuation of this week's journal. This month was also the first time that I ended up trying the dotted colored stickers, and I liked the effect that Martha had in her journal, and I felt like it really reflected really well in this one. So that concludes February. I'm excited to show you my flip through each page. Hopefully you got some inspiration for your journal, and feel free to subscribe to see more videos and inspiration for your future journal. Happy journaling!